Hey all, it's Plan here from Novagamer. We are back with the mighty quest for epic loot. It's been a little bit, but this is Castle Attack 5. I did want to apologize to you guys. I know the videos are a little staggered now compared to what they were before, but that's because the game is dying down a little bit. I have been watching their fireside chats, and they did say that this was expected because they're doing a whole bunch more balancing and a whole bunch of new stuff and a new patch that's supposed to come out between the beginning and the middle of next month. They said it might be pushed to the end of next month, so that would be pretty much like the very end of July going into August. We're going to be looking at a new patch, so people are kind of sitting back waiting for that now. Also, some people don't like the changes that were made so far, so it's kind of taking down a little bit on the gameplay. But because the castles aren't being attacked as much, we're not getting as much testing abilities, and we're not getting as many people wanting attacks. But we are still doing them for you guys. We are just waiting a little longer in between each video so that we can get a little more, basically, information from castle attacks and a little more recommendations for castle attacks and information from castle defense to make the videos. But we still will be putting them out there for you. Just letting you know they won't be as often, which is, I think I was up to like 3 times a week or something. There is a new patch. I'll just go over that briefly for you. It's not really a patch. It was kind of a small patch. Basically, the only thing that's really changed is, as you see here, that now when you go into the attack mode, the last comment that was made on a castle will display above the castle. So you can kind of like see what people are thinking of the castle before you attack it. I like that in one sense. The one thing I don't like about it is that this really leaves room for spoilers, because I see sometimes... let me see if there's one here. This one here, for instance, easy castle, 3-star beer. So I believe that's probably done by the beer guy. His name's Beer something. Anyways, this one, you know that this castle's probably a little easy. Zeke kill. So you know at the end of the castle or somewhere in the castle, there's probably a Zeke set up somewhere where they're going to headshot you. So kind of leaves a spoiler, so it's harder to surprise people in a castle, because somebody might make a comment about it and then somebody else will read that before they attack the castle and expect something. But I do see that it also gives people the ability to comment on a castle, and people can kind of see the comment and be like, ooh, I wanted to fight that castle, and add to those comments. I don't know. I can see where they're going with that somewhat. You can still buy potions now with your gems. I think we said that before in another patch. But as well, they reduced the reforge cost. So as you can see now, if I want to reforge an epic, it used to cost, I believe it was 70,000 to make an epic, and 80. I'm not exactly sure on the exact amount. I think it was 87,500 to reforge an epic. Now, if you want to reforge an epic and try for something different, it's only 52,000 or 85 gems. Same thing with crafting an epic. I don't have 3 legendaries right now, but crafting an epic is also only 52,000 or 85 gems. So they made them the same price, and they're cheaper now. So it just means you can make epics more often. So that's one really good change I like. Other than that, there's not too much that's changed. So it was just kind of a minor fix. Now, one thing I did want to go over before we start attacking castles is that I like to do little shout-outs for people. But basically, Neon, he's somebody in here. I'm going to do a little shout-out for I've seen him advertising it on comments on people's castles, and he also advertised it as a comment on my castle. But just to give him a heads up there, because he's been helping us out with our channel and stuff, and our castle defenses by attacking the castles and commenting. But Neon has a new Twitch channel, so I don't have it written down, but here it is right here. It's now popping up on the screen, so you guys can go check out his Twitch channel. I don't know when he's going to have it up and running. I've checked it a couple times, but it wasn't up yet, so it might be up now, but you guys can feel free to check that out. So he'll be playing the game on Twitch. Anyways, so that's it for now. Let's get into the castle attack. So for this castle attack, we have Skilson X900 _ C2. Okay, that's a hard name to say without saying it like that. Gaw, you asked if I could attack your castle, since we didn't get as many castle recommendations. We could add you in there. And I will, if we have time for the 4th castle, I'll do what we do before, and I'll click more castles and take the highest level one. So for those of you who haven't seen our castle attack videos, I'll just briefly say that I'm going to go in. I'm going to try to stay in every room. Normally I would pull everything right to the end. I've asked people in the previous one in a comment below, but we haven't had that many people attacking, so we haven't had as many comments as usual. But basically, I'll make it the question of the video again. So the question of the video again, so that you guys can actually comment below and let me know, is do you want me to run the castle the way I run castles, or do you want me to do room by room by room and try to wipe out each room before I go to the next one? So I'm going to still stick with that. I'm still going to stick with trying to just do one room at a time and finish that room up, or at least as much as possible. If I'm going to die and there's like 2 monsters left, I'll just run it to the next room. But I'm not going to pull everything right to the end and kill everything right at the very end. And I also forgot that this is a small little change they made, that now when you log on, the chat window automatically pops up, and you can still minimize it this way, but it makes it so you can kind of get, I think they're trying to not force people, but convince people to use the chat more often. So I'm hoping, plus it shows the most recent thing written instead of having to scroll to the very bottom to see the most recent thing written like they did before. I don't know why it was set up that way, but the chat changed a little bit. Anyways, so first on the list is Skilson. So if you guys haven't seen our videos before, if you guys want your castle attacked, just write it in the comments below on the video. Don't send me something in game. Send it as a comment below on this video and say, I want you to attack my castle, and then say your castle name so I know who your castle name is, and then make sure you add me as a friend on the friends list so I can easily target attack your castle. So the first one was Skilson, so let's look for him here. There he is. So he's level 28. Once again, this does probably make the castles a little easier. My skills are set up properly this time, and I do have potions. Do I have enough? Yeah, I got enough. Alright. So let's go back to Skilson here. So I did almost die on a level 28 before, so it does happen. And hopefully my death isn't happening as often as it used to. I was on a death streak for a little while. And that took a while to load. I don't know why that happened.
Let's go to work.
Alright, Skilson, let's see what you got here. Alright, so that's where his castle's going, so I'll go back here and see if there's more of these. Once again, if people haven't seen this trick that I do, you can kind of figure by the time that's up in the corner that you have remaining and how many mines you have left. You can tell if it's going to be a time-killing area, which this one was, or if it's not a time-killing area. Because if there's like a minute left and you only got 4 and you're still at the beginning of the castle, most likely that's a time-killing area. Unless you set it up the way I did with my new castle defense, which I'll have out in the new video soon.
I know I was in the middle of something.
Alright. Let's kill this Defendtron. Get this guy down. And kill him. Next room. So that room was set up pretty good. I'm going to try to comment as I'm running because some people are saying I'm missing room comments. But that one there, the only thing I would change is I saw that gel wall beforehand. I see what you're trying to do there. But the gel wall was very visible and easy to dodge, as you saw. I'd never even dropped the first gel wall that you had at the entrance of that hallway. So you might want to set something up so it forces people to have to walk through that gel wall. Or else when they hit the trap like I did, they'll be farther down and just fling past the pound more trap that you have set up there.
Is that all you got?
Alright, kill him. So spike traps, for those of you who are wondering how I know where to jump half the time, you gotta kind of look at the spikes ahead of you and start planning. You know what direction that they're always gonna twist clockwise, so just be prepared to move to the next spot that's gonna be empty. For instance, I'll roll after this to here because I know that one was gonna close. I keep targeting the wall, so it's not letting me run. So far it looks like you got repetitive corridors here. I see what you're trying to do with them, but those monsters don't do much damage anymore. I would probably switch those up for something different. Well, it's been a while since I've seen somebody using him.
This? Ah, it's only a scratch. Who's ready?
So this gives me a chance to show you guys the trick to kill these guys fast. So see how he died once? To kill him a second time, put down some bear traps. When he starts getting up, throw your volley, and then hit him with a headshot. And he'll die super fast, like so.
The bigger they are.
So there you go. The boss room was pretty good for your level. Obviously, when you get higher up, you're going to get more monsters you can add to your castle. You can add those. You can add those to your monster room at the end, the boss room at the end. So that's one thing that can improve the boss room. As well, the boss room was pretty easy just to walk straight through and get to the other side. Everybody's going to go down there and attack. That's why during these videos some people said, oh, but you run to the end of the boss room. Well, that's because everybody's going to do that. And if you want your castle tested, I'll stay in each room to test the defense of each room. But every single person who plays this game is going to run to the other side of the boss room by the exit door, and they're going to do what I just did. So you have to be prepared to find some way to set up a defense there for that. Pretty much the only thing you can do is throw in a couple extra cannons at the end there if you could. I would also try to put either some rotating fire cannons or some extra just regular cannons through the center of the boss room floor. But other than that, no, it's a pretty good castle. I'll show you here now. Don't want you to look at my castle. I do this every time. There we go. So we go to the creature, sorry. So basically, you had most of yours set up with a Defenatron, a Stairmaster, and an IMAX. The Stairmasters don't do much damage anymore. And the IMAXs do, but you got to stand in their AoE, which is the area of effect that's on the ground, for it to actually do damage. So as long as you keep dodging that, basically the only damage I was taking there was mostly from the IMAX. So you can keep the IMAX there if you want, but I would change the Stairmasters out for something else. For instance, I would throw in maybe a battering ram, or throw in some smelly warriors with heavy-handed, or throw in some smelly archers with the bear trap. That's what I'd swap them out for, but that's just me. If you have it, you can also put in some Cyclopses to try to push them back out into your spike traps. But the Defenatron, I'm all tongue-tied now. What I would do with the mines is I'd put some of those mines in those spaces that you have those monsters in next to a Defenatron. That keeps people in that area a little more and forces them to stay there and fight like I just did. Most people now are going to... but you said your castle's getting a lot of kills now. Most people will probably just run through, grab all those monsters, and take them to the boss room at the end, and then just kill everything at the end. So if you want to keep people there, you need to give them a reason to stay, either some type of trap that's going to make it difficult for them to get through easily, so they'll kill the monsters first, or set up a mine there so they're forced to stay there and try to destroy the mine before they move on. Mines are actually a really good way to try to keep people on one spot so your monsters have more attack time. But other than that, your castle's pretty good. I would just change up that monsters a little bit and maybe do that mine thing. And when you start leveling up more, I would add more to your boss room. But that's it for Skilson. Let's get on to X900C2. And I'm not making this up. You'll see it when we go to the attack. It's quite the name. Hopefully you added me on friends here. Yeah, here you are. X dada X 900 underscore CZ, not C2. Alright, level 26. So once again, I'm going to kill these monsters a little quickly, like I did in the last one. But I will give you a breakdown of how the castle did in general. So the monsters right there at the beginning are kind of pointless. They are super easy to kill, as you just saw. And I forgot to sell my loot. Because they have the whole entrance way to kill them. So they can easily dodge them.
You guys are pathetic.
Adding the
Hate to leave good loot behind.
adding that IMAX there is actually really good. It's just tight space. But the problem is,
Should make more room in our inventory.
actually I didn't really see a problem with those ones too much actually. So I wouldn't change that layout much. That was actually a pretty good defense layout for a creature choice.
That loot's gonna stay where it is.
Alright.
The bigger they are.
Once again, I'll do what everybody does. Run down here to see how much monsters there are. So this is what most people are going to do. So people have to be prepared for this. And the problem is that the only real way to prevent this is the monster choice that you make. Which is, I think that they're planning, I have heard something on the fireside that they're trying to plan a change to make on that. So that the people can't kite to the end of the boss room like that. They are working on something now. What they decide to do, they haven't said yet. But they are going to try to incorporate something into the game that'll make it so that people can't run things to the end of the boss room as easily like that. Once again, it's hard to do that with the way they have the game set up already. They'd have to change that whole mechanic at the end, or change the whole boss room layout. I personally think the easiest thing to do is just to give people the ability to put their traps right as, like, basically right to the very end of the boss room.
Oh, do you need to lie down? Oh, I hate to leave good
Alright,
loot
so
behind.
I got a minute and 18 seconds left, so I'll just show you this boss room. Your boss room layout is really good. You only had one real hard room before the boss room. A lot of people might be inclined to just run everything to the entrance because the entrance is so close, and people do that. So I would try to add probably an extra room in, maybe with just some spike traps, and reduce a couple of these monsters in here. That's one thing you can do. As well, the spike traps and the cannon layout you have here is really good. I have no problems with this at all. The only thing I would suggest if you wanted to change this up a bit would be to put in some rotating fire cannons, because they do more damage on average than the shooting cannons. But other than that, your castle for level 26 is pretty good. I think I just saw you had a lot of crowns. Let me see here. Yeah, so you got 1,482 crowns at level 26. Whether or not you're getting those from kills from your castle or you're getting those from attacking castles, I don't know. But if you're getting those from kills in your castle mostly, your castle's doing really well. I would put in rotating fire cannons somewhere in the boss room to add in some extra people have to run around. And those monsters at the very, very beginning, like I said, they're kind of pointless. I would take those out completely and probably add in another room with spike traps or something to stop people from wanting to kite back to the beginning and kill everything from your boss room there. Because some people don't care about beating your timer. Some people just care about getting all the mines and getting 2-starred. So for the people who just care about getting 2-starred and beating your castle, they'll grab that whole boss room, run it to the beginning. But if you add in one more extra room of some spike traps or something, it'll make people less inclined to want to run that far with the monsters. But that's pretty much the only thing I'd really change about your castle at your level. The boss room monsters were pretty good. I didn't see any issues with them for your level at all. No, I think they were pretty good. There was nothing there. Maybe adding in... Oh, no, I can't really think of anything that I'd add in or change. So I'd actually say great boss room layout and creature choice. I would just probably put in some rotating fire cannons, but that's completely up to you. So, good job, Dada. Next one is Ga. Alright, Mr. Ga. Level 28. So we've attacked his castle before in previous videos, so let's see how he's changed her up.
I hate to leave good.
I forgot to sell my loot again.
Can't carry anymore.
Oh yeah, you said you changed this, and you did. I like that. That's a nice add-in. Just made that. That's a good little setup there. I like that, Ga. Oh, one shot. Boom. Alright. I ran your castle before, but now you're doing this, and I'm all I'm all nervous about what you changed in here. Because your last one was set up pretty good, so I'm curious as to what you did. See how this guy didn't pull? I would look at something to make sure that all these creatures get pulled. Because if not, I could have, if I didn't want to, I could have skipped these three ones I'm talking now. Like this Defenatron didn't move, and those other two guys didn't move. So I would take a look into that guy. There's obviously something you need to change there so that people do pull those.
I need to stay late. Can't carry anymore. Come here, tough guy. Back in the fight.
Ah, nice little trap I saw you set up there. That's probably gotten you a few kills. Need health pods. There we go. Kill the Zeeks.
That's not going to work.
Kill the Flamo.
Make more room in my inventory.
Kill the other Zeke.
Attaboy. Ready for more.
And finish her off. So I got 36 seconds. So I will show you real quickly. I would add in some. I like the layout all in the center. Center's perfect. Wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change the monster layout. Monster layout's good. Although I would add some spring traps in on the sides here, because as you saw, I can walk this whole side. Oh, I pulled another monster. I can walk this whole side and not worry about anything attacking me and dodge all the flames. So I would add some springboard traps into the sides of your boss room. That would probably make it so that if somebody tried to do what I just did and kite things along the sides to stay away from your rotating fire cannons and everything that you have for the defense in the center of your boss room, it will fling them back into the center of your boss room and force them to have to keep fighting in there. So I would probably I wouldn't throw in many. I mean, it's very simple. Just take out, I don't know, some random stuff you have in your castle just to get 6 points and put in one springboard trap on each side just to throw people off. So if they're running, they got to watch out for that too. It's something extra you can add in there that really makes people have to stand on their feet a little more in your boss room, especially when you have Flamo, because that will give Flamo the chance to catch up to them, do another pounce attack, and get down another firewall on them. So I would definitely suggest doing that. It might not give you tons more kills, but it will make your boss room a little more difficult. And actually, believe it or not, it will actually make it more than just a little more difficult. If somebody actually hits that spring trap, they have a high chance of dying from it, because Flamo will come up. Other than that, your boss room was pretty good layout. Leading up to your boss room, I didn't find it very difficult, except for the very beginning. Your very beginning was very good. I wouldn't change a thing about that. But everything from the very beginning trap to the end, I found it very easy. I know you're lower level, but as you saw, there wasn't much dodging involved, and there wasn't a lot of huge amount of difficulty. So I would change the traps around just a little bit to try to force people to stay in damage more. But I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, the boss room, I definitely have those 2 springboard traps, and you'd be surprised how many kills they might actually get you. Just make sure you place them strategically right against the walls. A good place to put it would be to separate some of those mines that you have and put it in between 2 mines, because people won't see it as much, and just move the mines 1 space away from the wall so people can run in behind the mines. So they'll think they can kite it. They won't see it as much because the 2 mines will block it a little bit. That's one idea you can do. Now, we got a little bit of time, so let's hit the old more castles here. Well, first I'm going to sell my stuff because I didn't get any loot from your last 2 castles.
To make room for more.
One thing I'll tell people about a trick is if you don't have, like right now, oh sorry, I also got an extra Insister, which I just wanted to show you guys, but I'm going to sell it because I already have it. I wish I could trade because I would easily give this to somebody. If you don't have any epics that you want to reforge, then I would suggest saving up the legendaries. But if you already have an epic and you don't want it, I would just keep reforging the same epic and selling your legendaries because you'll get money faster. So I'll sell this one because now I'll get money faster. I'll sell this too because that'll give me more money. And you'll get to 52,000 faster to reforge that same epic over and over again until it's one you want. Then when you don't have any epics to reforge, then save up more legendaries. Because 3 legendaries to an epic and an epic reforged is the same price. So you'll get more reforges if you keep one epic to keep reforging until you get the one you want. Just a hint. So, with that last hint, let's hit old more... Did I hit more castles already? I can't remember if I did. I'll just hit it again. Alright. More castles. Oh, that's another thing that they talked about in the Fireside. They're going to try to fix some of the crown issues, and they're also going to try to fix some of the not getting castles your level issues. So you won't have to hit more castles as often, and you'll get more people your level attacking you so you don't take huge hits on your crown status. So let's see here. We got a 907, 1034. But I already attacked that one, so I'm not going to attack him a second time. So 907. Ah, there we go. 1077. Looks like 1077 is the winner. So go back to there. Mr. Rainzibar. So now, since this isn't one of your guys' castles, I'm going to just attack this castle the way I normally do. To try to beat his time.
Those monsters won't know what hit them.
Peek a little bit ahead. Ah, we got a split way here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the last one's probably at the end.
Can't take too many of those.
Come on, try to attack me. Haha. So Ramsey Barra, I would add a cannon in this room because as you can see, I can just stand anywhere, not worry about being attacked, and kill them. Ah, I didn't turn the camera fast enough. Same thing there. That trap is super easy to get by Ramsey Barra. I see what you're planning there with the Zeke, but as you can see, as long as you take your time going down that wheel, it's super easy to get past that. Oh, I never checked to see if maybe that other mine was over here. I think it's at the end, though. Yeah. Judging by the amount of castles I've attacked, it's probably at the end, but given the timer, you might have had it the other way, but we'll find out. I'm going to go with at the end. I'm going to go with my instincts on this one. Ah, I didn't roll fast enough. You gotta make up for lost time.
Say goodnight, mister.
Nah, it wasn't at the end. Kill the Zeeks.
Time for a tactical retreat.
It's a good boss room layout. Right here where I'm standing, I'm not being attacked by any traps as you saw.
That was...
No, no, I rolled the wrong direction. Oh, good job, Renzibar. Oh, that was just terrible. Alright, I'm starting over. I'm 3-starring ya. Now I know that extra trap is the other way.
And learn.
Or sorry, extra mine. So you hid one mine this direction. It's probably relatively close. Not that side. There it is. Alright, time to speed things up. I gotta make up for that death. I gotta really kill this castle. But I like your room, Renzibar. You killed me, obviously. Mind you, I don't know why I rolled the wrong direction. I rolled to the spikes instead of to the center. Don't know why I did that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Ah, that's gotta leave a mark.
So here's a bad part of your castle I just noticed the first time I ran, so I decided to use it this way. I can pull everything from above and kill it all right here with no traps stopping me. So I would add a cannon here, maybe a rotating fire cannon or another spike trap, something to make it a little more difficult because that's a huge open space to just kill everything that you pulled down there. Do 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 do. Almost to the end.
Forecast calls for arrow showers. Oh, really should have dodged that one.
Alright, gotta watch out for his fire. He's probably got a bunch back here. Oh man, he didn't put down one fire line. Only he puts a bunch down. Yeah, you're not gonna hit me from there, buddy. Oh no, it's gonna be right on the exit. Do I chance it? Yeah.
For the boost.
Oh, sweet. There we go. 129 to spare. I don't feel as bad now. But good kill on me there. I got 10 of my crowns back. But yeah, I really liked your boss room. Boss room was a good layout. Everything leading up to that was kind of easy because you had too many open zones where, as you saw, where I can just sit there and kill everything that I pulled. And also your first room where you had the two Jimbos was really good. I would just put something in there to stop the Jimbos from being like, as you saw, I could just time it perfect to wait for them just to start to swing, roll to the other corner, and then shoot them. So if you put a cannon in there or a gel wall at the beginning or something to make it really difficult to dodge them, that would probably help a little bit. But the rest of the castle is pretty much just spike traps and a couple cannons. So I mean, if you were going for cheap defense points just to get to the boss room and stop them from kiting everything out of the boss room, then I can see what you were doing there. But the boss room itself is actually pretty good. It killed me, so I can't complain. I would also rerun it and redo your time, because even without the mines, I still would have beat it by almost a minute. So you might want to just run it a couple more times to get a little faster time, that's all. But there you have it. So that is Castle Attack 5. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think I said Castle Attack 4 at the beginning. I can't remember. But if I did, I meant Castle Attack 5. Once again, if you guys want your castle attacked and you want to be on the next video, make sure you comment below and friend me on the game and say your castle's name in the comments below so that I know who to attack. Don't just say I want to be attacked, because if your name's not the same as your castle name, I won't know who you are. So I hope you guys like the changes they're making so far. This comment thing's pretty much the only thing I can complain about, where it could be a little bit of a spoiler, but, you know, not really, but it kind of could. But other than that, the other changes they made, I do like them. I like the fact that Reforge is a little cheaper. The chat window really isn't that bothersome. I mean, you can easily just click the button and close it. And, yeah. So I can't wait for the new patch. I'm not going to give up on this game. People are still playing it, and people are slowly coming back. I'm noticing. I'm getting attacked a little more often. I think it was the big holidays between the Canada Day and the 4th of July. That also puts a big damper on people playing as well. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to do the castle defense video right after this, so I'll get this one out tonight, and I'll try to get the castle defense video out for you within the next 24 hours after this video comes out, hopefully. As well, I'm going to be making a video on another game that's going to be pretty much like a first look at the game. It's a little bit of an older game, but thought we'd do a quick little video and give you our 2 cents on it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out Neon's Twitch channel, which we had in up there at the beginning. I'll also put a link to it in the comments. Sorry, in the below the video here, because I like to support the other guys out there that are trying to get their videos or trying to get their Twitch channels out. So good job, Neon, and we look forward to seeing more from you. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, happy gaming.